So what are you up to today?
All right, hello and welcome to what a lovely time to go through the trash.
Right.
Okay, so eventually I want to put a greenhouse here.
Right, there in the back.
But as you know, I had to get rid of my water heater. So that means I need to make a trip to the ye old turn in your metal scrap yard. So I don't want to just take a water heater.
Right.
If I'm going to do it, I'm going to start cleaning up this mess, which is all of our garbage that we haven't already recycled. So now I have to start recycling it. But I won't do it all because as you can see. But in case you want to know how much more trash most people make than we make, this pile has been made over the last 31 years.
31 years.
31 years. So everything else we've already used or taken to the scrapyard or taken to recycling.
Right.
Or sold.
Yeah. Now a lot of these things you kept.
This stuff is stuff that I will still use. In fact, if you look over here, ooh, that's the good stuff.
Stuff that you'll use when you're building later.
Yeah. So yeah, that's stuff too good for me to throw out. You know, the good metal.
And the bathtub and the sink
glass,
and the
good glass and the. That's all
well, this other stuff you've always used to fill the bricks you build with and stuff.
I've used a lot of it in brickwork and stuff, but once I found out that I could sell tin, I just started saving it to sell because I'd rather put glass in the blocks. Right. Because that's hard. Here, glass is hard to recycle. We don't have a recycling service out here where we live because we live in the country, and there's not really, I mean, unless you live in Fort Smith, there's no place local that will take off your glass, much less have you bring it to them.
And pay you for it.
Well, I don't care if they pay me for it. You know, to me, that's just the added bonus of going to the scrapyard.
Right.
It's like not only do not have to pay to dump stuff, but they pay me.
And then they actually recycle it.
And then they recycle it. So it's a win-win-win thing. I mean, really, I mean, if you think about it, not only are you not contributing to the pollution of the planet or the waste of natural resources, but you're getting your place cleaned up, getting your stuff taken off, and they're actually paying you for it. You will notice behind you, I think we've talked about this before, because I am a collector of junk and stuff to work with, this is the dog yard / junkyard. And my wife made me put that fence so she didn't have to look at my trash.
I said I really didn't care how much of it you collected, especially since you use it.
A bunch of crap, that's fine, but please, I don't want to look at it, which I can't really say I blame her. I don't really want to look at it either. So that's that slab fence, which was a replacement for the old fence
that we did do a video on that.
During the pandemic.
Yep.
One of the many pandemic projects. So now I'm going to show you what I do with these so that I can recycle them. You cannot take these unpunctured to the scrapyard. Okay. They are a hazard. So what I do is something you should not do at home.
Do not do this at home.
Unless you're like me and you're like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Okay, so sometimes I take a nail and a hammer. Other times I just take this little mining axe and I just shoot it away from my face. See, that didn't even have any air in it. Okay, but now it has a puncture in it. So and then I step on it so that they know that it's not going to blow up.
Aha.
Because otherwise, if they put this in the tank to smelt it, it will blow up. It's not a big explosion, but no explosion. See, now there was air in that one.
There was air in that one. Yeah, do you want a molten metal blowing up? I mean,
yeah, you don't really want that, even a mild. So, yeah, so you don't ever want to put that in your scrap and then put it in. So you can either put that someplace to take to the dump, or do what I just told you not to do.
Yeah.
But you can see there's just all kinds of crapola. Because a lot of times I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with that? I don't know, but I can't part with it right now.
I might think of something
But I'm
later.
not a hoarder.
No. And down there by the windows is where, and that door is where the solarium will be.
No,
Right? No?
it's going to be right here.
Oh, I was wrong.
On the metal part.
On the metal
See
part.
where the peak is the highest? And where that old board is,
That
I'm gonna pull
makes
that old
sense.
board off, and then it'll come down this way. That'll be a much future project, because right now I have 4 billion other projects that really need to be done and are a lot more important.
Yep.
Or at
Like
least they're a lot
finishing the
more-
house and...
Finishing the house, finishing painting the house, getting the sound room in. Because you fuckers aren't getting me any money, I gotta do something. I blame you. I blame you, the viewers that aren't doing enough to make sure that I get rich. What the hell? Well, that might be a good piece of metal, I don't know. No, it's too rusty. No, it's not.
And this is the... It might be a good piece of metal for doing something with. That's the downspout that came out of the...
Watch out, don't cut yourself on that wire.
Yeah, right behind me. Right.
Yeah.
There's an old aerator for the soil.
Well, you can see there's all kinds of stuff here.
Beautiful, pretty bottles for using in walls.
Okay, most
Toilets.
of this pile is not even actually our trash.
No, like the toilets and
Most
sinks
of this
came out of other places.
is stuff that
This
people...
tub.
Okay, so that's what I should be explaining.
Yes.
I have explained it before, but now you're seeing the end results of that, which you may say, well, I don't want to fuck with that. Okay, if you're a junker and you're building out of trash and people find out, they will call you to come pick up their stuff.
Yes.
They will bring it over in trailers,
Yes.
but you have to take all of it. The minute you don't take all of it, they will never call you again or show up with their trailers, because it's a give with one hand and get with the other. They want their trash gone,
Right. All of it.
all of it. If by coming to you or having you come to them, they're hoping to keep from making having to go to the dump.
Right.
So if you don't take it all, they still have to go to the dump.
Right.
So it doesn't really work for them. And in life, we shouldn't want to do that anyway. We should want to do something where it's like a give and take thing. You know, it's like, okay, you know, yeah, I scrub your back, you scrub mine, we're all good. But yeah, but that's why I wound up with most of this is not our, this and this and the cans are garbage. But not even all the wine bottles. I know
No.
you think I'm a lush.
No.
But not even all the wine and beer bottles are ours. People found out I was building with them,
Right.
and so they started giving them to us. So, yeah, even they're not all... Ooh, I almost threw away a good one.
Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
And so, and some of this other stuff is stuff that I took apart and saved the pieces out of in case, oh, I might think of something to do. And then when I don't think of something to do, I haul it off. This is the bottom, the spring assembly and shit out of the recliner I tore down last year.
Right.
Okay, I can't think of anything to do with it.
No,
It's very bulky, so it's going.
it's going to
the
the...
toilets and the tanks,
Yes. Yes.
which you can see I have an abundance of because people throw them away all the time. Those are going to be the planters in my greenhouse.
Oh, wow.
Because they will be a good heat sink.
Yes, they will.
They will be a fantastic potting system. And they're free.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I have them.
Yes.
So that's what I'm keeping those for. And, but yeah, it's you know, this is 30 years of what didn't get used yet.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of this stuff will still be used. But I need to start moving it if I'm ever going to build a greenhouse.
Right. And you're making a run, so you need to fill the truck.
And okay, and that's the thing. There's no sense in me going to the damn scrapyard and risking getting a nail in my tire just to get rid of my water heater.
Right.
I don't want the water heater. Now, okay, you're right. I could tear it down. I could get a great big piece of tin off the outside. I could get the tank out of the inside and make a smoker. I don't have time to do all the projects that I already have crap for.
Right, right. But if you have an old water heater, you could do that.
If you had an old water heater or somebody's throwing away a water heater.
Yeah, and you need the tin.
I have roofed sheds.
Roof sheds, yes.
I have roofed sheds with the tin off old water heaters.
Yes.
So, yeah, and it's good tin. So, there you go. But, yeah. But you can see, this is a walleye mess, which is why there's a fence.
Yes. And I am going to go take a picture of the truck. Would you like me to do that?
Okay, yeah, you can. Because I've already filled up big part of it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Go and do that.
Okay.
You've all done very well.
Okay, before I show you the truck, I want to show you what I'm talking about when we talk about the blocks. For those of you who haven't watched, she has built, God, I don't know, a whole lot, a half a mile or more of fence, having built these blocks, and every one of these blocks is full of trash that we at that time were not able to recycle. We have learned, of course, as she just explained, that we can sell the metal, so now she uses glass. But she puts down something that's plainer than this front side. This is all the fancy decoration, nice pretty stuff. The block on the left here with the blue bead says Roland, which is one of our grandsons, and the other one says Zeb, which is our other. And they have their birthdays on it, which is really neat. And they helped her build those particular blocks. That's why I picked them to show you. So what she does is she puts something plain on the bottom. Sometimes she has the forms that she's built. Sometimes she'll put just plain tiles. Sometimes attractive tiles, especially if it's going to be somewhere that shows. And if it's going to be on the bottom, she'll just put river rock. Occasionally, if she doesn't have that, she'll just leave that blank because this is the outside, right? Then she puts in concrete. And then she puts in whatever she's filling with, metal or glass. She's using glass recently. And then she pours more concrete around that. And then when they set up, and then she decorates the fronts, right? And then when they all set up, she comes and she builds another thing of wall. And she hasn't finished the tops on this section. This is the newer section of wall. But all of the tops will look like this, with the glass slag and other decorations set in the top. Anyway, that's how we've been using it for over 30 years now. I'm going to show you what's in the truck that she thinks is too much trash to keep. And here is what is in the truck so far. She hasn't added the frame from that recliner yet, and she hasn't added, she's got several bags of tin, and I'm going to go open the gate for her so she can add more things. Here she comes. Bringing more stuff.
You can see my garden needs to be done too.
Yeah, one of the many things that she needs to get done.
Very badly needs to be
There's
done.
the cardboard from the water heater.
Yeah. Over there, hopefully killing some weeds.
It looked big enough to. It practically covered a room, and out here it covers nothing. So there you go.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
At any rate, I will talk at you later.
Bye.
Bye.